Hello, and welcome to the Once Upon a Corgi Podcast. This is a Crafty Puppy Interrupted podcast coming to you from Southern Connecticut. I am your human host, Gabby. You can find me everywhere online as Gabbigales and all my hand-dyed yarn at Once Upon a Corgi and onceuponacorgi.com. This is episode 114. Thank you to all returning viewers for coming back, and hello and welcome to all new viewers. Thank you so much for checking us out. We have a lot to show you this week because we took a holiday break in Vlogmas, and then Jake kept taking my podcast days off, so I couldn't podcast. So here we are with a list of 1,000 things. So let's get right into it. So first off, we do have a, can I say giveaway on YouTube anymore? Is a thing. It's going to be in our Ravelry group, which is the Once Upon a Corgi podcast on Ravelry. We have been donated 2 patterns by the wonderful Yarnia Designs, who is Hannah, and she has donated a copy of her Enchanted Frond sweater and Akern Hat, which I will put photos somewhere around here. So I'm going to open up a Ravelry post for that, and I will draw the winner at the end of the month. Give you guys plenty of time to go and check that out. And your prompt is, what is your make 9? Or your 20 for 2020, or your make 3 in 3 for like the first 3 months of the year. Plans. What are your goals? What are you doing? So yeah, thank you so much, Hannah, for donating those. I know I talked to you so earlier, and we forgot about the podcast anniversary last year, this year. Ooh. And then December happened, and here we are. The 9th of January. Oh, there's more hair in my eye. So I will be having a trunk show at Twist Yarns in Niantic, Connecticut, before Tiff Nealon is having a herringbone, like intro to herringbone class in the afternoon, and she has designed a cowl and a hat using my hand-dyed yarn. So we'll be putting together kits. So it's a kit-only trunk show for that. I think there's a couple spots open in the class, and I will leave a link to Twist Yarn's website, and they will have all the information about times and class and all that fun stuff. Sorry, another hair. So that is what we are up to until the end of the month. Nope, that wasn't what I wanted to say. That is what we are up to at the end of the month. We are not going to attend Vogue this year. There is a Indie Untangled business panel seminar thing happening next week, so I am attending that. And we are going to Knit City in Montreal in March / getting married. So it was either Vogue or Montreal. Vogue will be there next year. Vogue will always be there. It's been a while. So let's get into what I'm wearing and then into the making. I am wearing the Soldotna Crop by Caitlin Hunter and the Little Brown Cardi by, I'm not sure, but I found the pattern on O Wool's website. Ta-da! The Soldotna is out of my hand-dyed yarn, and the Little Brown Cardi is in the Lake Erie colorway by O Wool in their Superwash DK. No, in a non-Superwash DK base they no longer carry. Okay, let's get into the making, because I have a lot, and I forgot some. Hold on. Because it's right here. By making, I mean someone else made it for me. Our first almost finished object is only not finished because I have to sew the neckband down and weave in so many ends. I also think I have to trim, yep, it's still attached to the ball yarn. And there's needles in it? Okay, this is fine. I have almost finished my, where's the string coming from? I really just need to cut it. Advent Shady Side. I love it so much. So this is the Shady Side pullover by Samantha Guerin Designs, and I have knit this up using an Advent of Woolen Minis by Once Upon a Corgi on the Isaac base, and fig lace mohair in the Nightmares Plus 10 colorway. And this is all 25 colors of the Advent. I love it so much. The body minus the collar is colors 1 through 11. The sleeves are 12 through 24, so cuff 1 is 23, cuff 2 is 24, and the neckband and the bottom ribbing are the full skein. I'm not going to go over these. When I make a project page, I will list them all. I love them so much. I really want to wear it. I wanted to wear it on New Year's. I wanted to wear it to my first knit group of the year. I want to wear it now, but I need to weave in so many ends, and I need to, this is a folded neckband, so I just need to fold that down and sew it. I think that's my goal today. It is Thursday, January 9th. Jake has tomorrow off, so I'm going to podcast today and post this tomorrow, because tomorrow we have to do more wedding things. Surprise. Oh. So I'm hoping to get that done today so I can promptly wear this forever and never take it off. I just love it so much. So I do plan on releasing all the colorways from this. I know people are going to ask, and my friend asked me what samples I need. What samples I'll need out of all these Sarah J. Maas colorways, because I'm basically now a Sarah J. Maas yarn line. This is my future, and I'm here for it. And my answer was basically, I'm just gonna wear this. And when you ask me what color that is, I can point to a stripe and tell you, like, this is what it looks like on a size 4. Ugh, I love it so much. I can't wait to wear it forever and never take it off and dye in it immediately. I can't wait. It's gonna be the highlight of my life. Ugh. They said getting married is gonna be the best day of my life. Have you seen the sweater though? Come on. All right. Yes. I don't know what, I think I knit this on a size 5? 4? I think a 4. Where'd those needles go? Yeah, I knit this on a US size 4. I did the ribbing on a size 2. And, yeah. That's basically it. It's just so many ends to be woven in. I did knit some of the ends in as I was going, but like the second end to each mini, I have to weave in. And I have not a lot left over. I do have a good amount left over of almost every single stripe, except for like these last 2. So I've been looking for you in Bone Spear. And I do plan on using those extras to put into my pinwheel scrap blanket by Mina Phillip. I did the Legacy Fiber Arts with the first, I think, 3 or 4 squares. So I'm just going to continue using all of my Advent minis in that blanket and just have a giant Advent blanket. And I think that's a really fun idea. And I've got no pressure to finish this blanket. I'm never going to finish it. And I've accepted that. I'm not a blanket knitter. Yep, so there we are. I can't wait to wear this forever and ever and never take it off and just continue this cycle of Sarah J. Maas. Her new book comes out in 55 days. Okay, stop. Nope, it's just me. You're fine. You're fine. All right, cool. I'm gonna have a heart attack real quick and then... All right, so this is almost done. My goal is to sew everything and weave all in the ends in today so I can wear it tomorrow. Yeah. And this is how much I have left over of the full skein. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I think I might do a ripple bralette out of it. But I also want to be like, it's so special and I should knit it into something special. But at the same time, I can make this colorway again if I need more of it. So I'm not totally sure. I'm going to weigh it and see what happens. I might throw it in a sweater or in a shawl. I don't really knit shawls anymore. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And that has been living in my Matteroo bag per usual. I keep it next to my bed, so it's always near me. Finished objects number 2 are, so I did not knit all of these. I just wanted to show, that was a weird hair flip. I just wanted to show that they are all done. And that is the ties. I'll take these cakes out. My friends Sam and Jocelyn helped me knit all of these ties because there's 10,000 of them. By 10,000, I mean 8. Ta-da! We have 8 knit ties. So in order, we have Jake's tie, which is, I'm not going to tell you everything because I don't know off the top of my head, but I am making a project page for them. I haven't blocked them yet. That is also my goal today. I'm going to lay them out and then spray block them, like steam them, because I don't want them to grow anymore. They are a little bit longer than I anticipated. Luckily, we have very tall groomsmen. And just to, even these bad boys out. So this is the wedding tie pattern by Susan B. Anderson. We did modify it a little bit. That is a skinny tie, so we added a couple extra stitches on each side because these are not skinny ties. They're also going to be under a vest, so whatever. But yep, we have 8 ties. We are done with the ties. Ties are done. I could not have done this without Sam and Jocelyn. I would have died. I'd still be knitting ties. I'd only be knitting ties forever. So moving on into works in progress. I have been super quiet on Instagram because everything I've been knitting is wedding related, and some of these are gifts, so I cannot show them on Instagram, but the people who are receiving these gifts don't watch the podcast, which is good. I did knit my mom a shawl. I knit her Mischief Managed in No Stuck in a Book on my Tesla base. I gifted that to her at Christmas. I have a terrible photo I will put up here. I will put real photos in the project page, and I knit my dad the simple Skype socks last year at some point. I gifted those to him because mom tried to knit herself a shawl for the wedding, but I already knit her one. So instead of gifting it to her at the rehearsal dinner, I gave it to her at Christmas. Totally fine. So I've knit those, gifted those. And now we're moving on to more gifts. With gift number 1, which is part of Jake's wedding present. Besides me, I'm the only present he needs. What? That's weird. I am knitting him the Clark socks by Jacqueline Salem. I'm knitting these out of my hand-dyed yarn on the Mirkwood colorway on my iron base, which is a BFL tweed. This is a 64 stitch sock pattern, and he has a 72 stitch sock size. So I just added a couple extra stitches to the edges and followed the pattern exactly to how she wrote it. I didn't want to mess with anything. It's a stunning pattern. I just needed a little bit of extra room. You can't even tell. It's fine. So here is sock number 1. I am knitting these on my Addy Flexi Flips. I'm in the middle of a row. And I have cast on sock number 2, and I'm about to start the pattern. And I have weighed this, and one sock is 49 grams. So I am gonna cut it close with the second sock. He does have a size 13 feet, so they are quite long, and I knit the leg of the sock longer than I usually do. I figure if I run out, I will just find a contrast color for the toes, rip out the toe of the first one, and make them both contrast toes. No big deal. That's fine. If that's what I have to do, that's what I have to do. Or if I have to break into a second skein, I can also do that. That's also an option for me. So there we go. This was my Christmas Eve cast on, and I knit this one in about 2 weeks. I worked on it pretty diligently when he's not home. I haven't knit on it in front of him. I don't think he knows they're for him. He's probably assuming he's getting knit socks because I knit my dad's socks. And they match my wedding shoes, so this is the color of my wedding shoes. But he's also getting other wedding gifts, not just socks. So that has been, this has been my during dyeing knitting, which is about to get real ramped up. And it is living in this adorable Corgi bag I got for Christmas from my friend Danielle, so is there a tag? I think she got it at New England Fiber Festival. It's not Stitched by Jessa Lou. That's her go-to person. I don't see a tag. If I remember to ask her where she got this, I will put it in the show notes. So that is gift number 1. Gift number 2. Oh god, do this one. This is for my photographer who does not watch the podcast, but she does follow me on Instagram. And this is a new cowl design by Samantha Guerin. It is the Stag Leap cowl. I want to call it Stag Horn, but I think I just have plants on the brain. She has 2 sizes, so she's got a one you can double wrap and then a smaller one. I did the smaller one. for a couple reasons. One, I wanted a dark, close-to-neck cowl that she could wear during like winter engagement photo shoots and stuff. This is her full-time job. She does winter weddings, engagement shoots all over the place. So I wanted something that would match the like black on black photographers usually wear to weddings, but still, keep you warm. And this is out of Hudson West's. Where did I put the tag? This is out of Hudson West Co. It is a new yarn company that is, I believe they're based out of New York or out of New England somewhere. It is a 70% merino, 30% Corriedale worsted weight. It's called their Forage Base, and this is their Midnight colorway. So here we are. This version takes about 1.5 of their worsted weight skeins, and Sam knit them. She knit a large version in their gray colorway. I don't know the name of it. What's happening? And then they asked her if she would knit the small version for a photo shoot, and they sent her a bunch of yarn. So this is the leftovers from her first cowl that she knit in like 2 days. So I know this could be a very quick knit, and it's just a stunning ribbed cable cowl, and I definitely want to knit myself one. I have this mustard yellowy, I think that's Finnish yarn, and I think I have enough skeins to do one out of this that I will never get back in here. There we go. I am knitting this on a size 7, US 7, 4.5 millimeter needle, and just following the directions as they wrote it for the smaller version. I'm super excited. The yarn is so squishy. It's so nice to work with. It holds up really well. I had to rip out a couple times because I kept messing up the cables because I was trying to watch Criminal Minds while knitting this instead of, paying attention. It's beautiful. I want a sweater out of this yarn one day. It's also now super covered in dog hair because I knit on the couch with Audrey on my lap last night. Ooh. It is living in a Stitch by Desilu tiny bag, which is also 80% dog hair at this very moment. So this is gift number 2 that I'm almost done with. I'm hoping I can finish this week / before the next podcast. There's 2 charts. I'm on the second chart. I think I can do it. Gift number 3. This is for my officiant, who is also a really close friend of ours. She served at Bertucci's with us when Jake and I started dating. Before Jake and I started dating. Yeah, before we started dating, I think. So I wanted to knit her something since she is officiating the wedding. So I cast on a second Calan cowl. This is the quickest I've ever repeated a pattern, and I love it. This is a pattern by Kristin from Vine, and I'm super excited to use some yarn I was gifted. I don't have the tags here, but before I tell you what I've been doing to this, I am using Stress Knits in her Killjoy colorway on her favorite sock base. She gave this to me a couple years ago at 3 years ago at Indie Untangled, like the insane one where there were too many people in the room and we don't know what happened. And that was the first time I met her, and I've been saving this. I didn't know what to use for it, and our officiant is just she's a preschool teacher. She's so sweet. She's just like a little baby unicorn of joy. So I put Killjoy and Field Mice and Flower Crowns on my fig lace base together, and I have created this mermaid unicorn. Fuzzy goodness. And I'm using these teal blue beads that I bought years ago for the beading. The only modification I have done to this one is I cast on, I believe, I took out 6 repeats, maybe 10 repeats. I didn't have the pattern, but I took out a good chunk. That way it's close to her neck, and then if she wears it in school, there's no chance of like a child arm getting stuck in it or like somebody pulling on it on her or like getting into paints or anything. And I love it so much. I'm almost, I think there's 8 repeats. I don't know. I think I'm on repeat 5 or 6, so I'm almost there. I'm going to make it a little bit longer than what the pattern calls for just to use up some yarn. And it's so nice. I love the colors. It's not something I would wear all the time, but I think it's perfect for her. It's such an enjoyable knit. I have no regrets finishing one Calan cowl and then immediately casting on another. This is like my new go-to gift pattern, I think. It's uses the perfect amount of yarn. It's super easy. I like the patterns memorized. Ugh, I love it so much. The only slow row is the beading row. So good. And I'm using my Knit Pro Zings US 6 4mm needles. I love it. I love it so much. It's so soft. So yeah, this is also what I'm working on. Again, she follows me on Instagram. We're friends on Facebook. I can't post this anywhere until after the wedding. And I will leave a link to the name of the beads in the on the project page. I know I have the bag somewhere on my desk. I just couldn't find it in time for the podcast. So that's that. And this is living in my Corgi sushi bag from, is it Stitching Plaza? Yeah, from Stitching Plaza. And oddly enough, I'm using my Corgi notions pouch in here too. I didn't plan that, I swear. All right, so those are the gift knits. I don't think I have any other gift projects left. I might have to knit one more tie, but that's TBD. So the last thing I am working on is also for the wedding, but it's for me. This is my gift to myself. And this is living in my new, oh my God, I forgot her name. This bag, this stunning, witchy, magical bag is to look up the name. I keep calling it the Netherton Cardi by Lydia Glock. And this is from Pom Pom's re-release, like 5-year anniversary release. I will put a photo here. And this is out of the Illyrian Wings hand spun. And you guys, I'm dying. I'm dead. Can you see this? Can you see this? Can you even? Obviously, I have my little soup can from the Advent calendar. Yep, Advent calendar on there. So I have my Illyrian Wings on Jake's sock. I have the Pool of Starlight Progress Keeper on the Stag Leap cowl, and then I have my little soup can from, you know, the My Mate starter pack on this guy. There was a ton of hemming and hawing over what pattern I wanted to do. I thought about doing the Telegram cardigan by Becky Sorensen because she does have little dots and dashes like on the underarm. And so my thought with that was to learn Morse code and then Morse code my mate into the dots and dashes, which I still might do, just not in this yarn and for the wedding. So this is a very simple top-down raglan cardigan with a very deep V, which I think is going to be perfect. This is going to be my wedding cardigan. So then when we do outside photos and the after party, it's an easy throw on. It has low buttons, so then you still get to see the dress through the deep V. It's going to be a long sleeve cropped cardigan. I'm so excited. I've cast on. I'm in the raglan increases. I haven't worked on it in a couple days because I'm so close to finishing the other cowls. I just want to get those done. I cast on at day 70. It is day 64. So I have 64 days to finish this. I think I can do that. If I get this done in February, I'll be very happy. I did a gauge swatch, so I'm knitting this on size 5s, I think. US 5s. The pattern calls for a DK weight. This is hand spun, so who knows what this could be. And the I did a gauge swatch. I actually did one because this is hand spun and this is something I want to fit perfectly. So my stitch count instead of 24 was 20, so I am doing the second to the largest size. So I should, which finish should be a 34 inch, but because of my stitch count, I should get a 28 inch, which is good because that means it'll be a little bit more open and show off the dress. And it's not really covering your bust, so I feel like the bust measurement doesn't matter as much. As long as it stays on my shoulders, will be good. And it should. I think with the shoulder measurements, it should be fine. So yeah, I'm just chugging along. I have acquired a large amount of buttons when we went through my grandmother's basement. And so I'm going to go through those and use some of those buttons. You only need 3 for the pattern, and those will be the buttons. She's got some beautiful brass ones, and that I think I might use those. They're stunning. They're all stunning. They're all piled up over here. So that is my plan with this. This should be a super quick. It's mostly stockinette. There's a little bit of detail on the wrists and the bottom of the cardigan, and I'm just super excited. Yeah, I love this yarn so much. It is so squishy. It's got a little bit of lanolin in it, and the little bits of color and stellina. It's gonna be really hard to knit on this without stopping to stare at it all the time. Yeah, this hasn't gotten a ton of love yet, but it will very soon. And that is really what I've been making. I am working on one other thing, which I will show you when it's done, because right now it's sitting right behind the camera because it takes up a huge amount of space, and it's completely unnecessary and useless. And it is sewing lace onto my hoop skirt. Don't need to, but I want to, so I am. It's just like a polyester material, and in my dreams I would like to make one and just reuse all the metal from it. At this point in time, I don't have time for that, so I thought I would just zhuzh this one up with a little bit of lace, again from my grandmother's stash. So I am currently just sewing lace onto the bottom, and then I'm going to trim away the polyester material. So useless, so unnecessary. No one's gonna see this ever, but I think it's adorable, so I'm doing it. With that, let's get into the rest of this. So I have bought some things. Over Vlogmas, you might have seen the horror that was trying to do a Wollonbein update. I did make one. Excuse me. And this was for her winter solstice in Lehrer colorway, which I'm so happy I got, and I want to knit a sweater out of it, but I haven't decided which one yet. It might go with my Court of Dreams skein, but I haven't decided. So I have broken my yarn diet and got 2 skeins of her winter solstice in Lehrer on her footsie base, which is her 80/20 BFL nylon. And it's stunning. I can't. Just the little speckles and the little bits of blue and like the warm cobblestones and the bits of purple and the breaking. Too good. So I have no regrets. I have no regrets with these skeins. I've been pretty good about not buying yarn or craft supplies, minus that weird fabric haul that happened in December, just because, wedding things. But this is my treat. I'm going to cast on so many selfish knits after this wedding. I can't wait. I've never knit so many gifts in my life, and I never want to do it again. No one's ever getting knitwear again for gifts, ever. Nope, never. Not happening. They want it. They can learn how to knit. As for crafting goals, I would like to finish both my cowls. And I still want to cast on the hat for the Fireheart cowl that is designed by Tiff Nealon. And that should not take too long. It's a hat in Aran weight. It should fly by. I am going to get it done before the trunk show, that's for sure. Hopefully next week. I have the needles. I have the yarn caked up. I just have to cast it on and find the other half of the yarn. It's in a bag somewhere in my house. So it's not too many places it can be. Those are my crafting goals. I really want to sew stuff. I had high hopes of sewing things on January 1st. Did not. I had high hopes of sewing last week. Did not. I did cut out the banners for the wedding. I have to hem them. I'm just going to machine invisible stitch, hem them down, and then I have to cut out the felt, and I'm going to hand sew those on. So that's time consuming but easy enough. We have the cloak material rewashed. I just have to cut that out. I'm going to French seam those together. I don't even think I need to do that. And then my plan is to cartridge pleat them, get leather straps, and as of right now, Joann's faux fur is 40% off. So I think we're just going to do that. That's fine. That's easy peasy. Backup plan, IKEA rug it. This is fine. It's fine. We're all fine. It's all staring at me in the corner. So I'm not going to put those on the crafting goals because every time I put something on the crafting goals, it doesn't get done. So those are just things that might happen this week. If they don't get done, no one's going to notice. Oh, God. All right. So with that, the rest of this is shop update and beyond crafting. If you are not here for either of those, thank you so much for watching. And if you are here for both or one of them, let's go. Shop update. I will be having a shop update on the website, onceuponacorgi.com, on January 11th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to try Saturday updates for a little bit. updates are going to be a little weird from here on out because wedding. Everything's going to be a little weird from here on out because wedding. So, all the yarn going up this Saturday is all the yarn that came home with me from the trunk show last week at Westport Yarns. Thank you so much to everybody who made it out, said hello, discovered the podcast, saw us for the first time. It was so wonderful to be back in that shop. They've changed so much, and it is such a cute little shop now. I mean, it was a cute little shop before, but like the flow is a lot better, and they've got more space. It's beautiful. So that is what's going up. I'm not going to sit here and show it to you. I am posting it on Instagram, short story. It's going to be the tweed colors and then a variety of colors on Marie, Cutie, Isaac, and Penny. There is 6 more days left for the pre-orders of colors 1 through 8 and 25 for an Advent of Woolen Minis. Those pre-orders will come down on the 15th, and I will start dyeing those the following week, most likely, depending on that. It's going to take me 2 to 3 weeks to dye everything for those. Thank you so much to everybody who has already pre-ordered them. I cannot wait to see what everyone is making out of them. I spy a lot of Calan My kits, and I cannot wait for all the I've been looking for you Calan My cowls that are coming soon. I cannot wait. So that's that, and keep an eye on the newsletter and our Instagram for shop updates from there out. There probably won't be a shop update during the pre-order dyeing time, and February there'll probably be a couple updates. I'll try to make them pretty big ones, and March there might not be any updates in March just because of wedding timeline stuff. So when I know that for sure, I will let you know. Yeah, so thank you to everybody who can check us out for the update, who has been spying the shop for all the pre-orders, and thank you so much for supporting us. Okay, beyond crafting is everything that we are doing that is not crafting, and that is all wedding all the time. All the time. All of the times. All the times. I have rewatched The Office in about 2 weeks, if that's any indication of my level of sanity right now. Last I talked to you, we had Christmas, which was lovely. We spent Christmas Eve at Jake's dad's house, and then we do Christmas morning at my parents', and then Christmas night at his mom's. And then New Year's, I usually spend the day with my friend for her birthday, because her birthday is New Year's Eve. What Jake's doing, I'll either meet him back here at the apartment or at one of his friends' house, depends on if he's working. And then the past week has just been gearing back up into a work schedule / trying to figure out our work schedule. I am using a digital planner from the Planners Collective on Etsy, but I broke down the other day and got a physical planner for just work stuff. I was struggling with the digital planner, but I think it's because there's too much personal stuff going on to do personal and business in the same planner, so I now have 2 separate planners. And it's only been a couple days, but I think it's really helping. So this is just what I list, what I need to do work-wise. And I think it's going to be really helpful when it comes to like dye lists, like when I need to start doing club orders or something. And because it's the Happy Planner brand from Michaels, you can take the pages out. I don't know if you'll be able to see. You can easily like pop the pages out. So in theory, I should be able to get new inserts next year and just sort of like keep replacing this set. And I'll just put a sticker over 2020. There's just so much stuff going on in the first quarter, so we have to super organize. So yeah, that was our holidays. It was really nice. And now we are just full scale wedding planning all of the times. All of the times. We did my hair and makeup trial the other day, and that went really well. I'm going to go back next week because I had some more ideas and I just can't picture them, but my makeup and hair stylist person is a good friend of mine, so she had no problem with me coming in again. Oh, it's getting down to the wire. Yeah. I have been reading Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas. I did get a bunch of new books for Christmas that I really want to read, but I can't just abandon a series in the middle of it. I did also get a full size of Throne of Glass, so my collection has started of character minis and regular size books. Because I have no shame. yeah, I'm almost at the end of Empire Storms, but I'm at the point where I know it's going to start hurting, and I don't know if I'm physically or mentally or emotionally ready for all the pain that she's about to pour all over me. So I keep putting it off, but I really enjoy it every time I pick it up. I love it so much. I am super excited for the new books. I got Shadow and Bone by Lee. I have no idea what her name is. Yeah, so we're just, recovering from the holiday season and gearing up for the insanity that is going to be the next 64 days. Let's say 65 days, because the day after is going to be a little bit insane too, between regrouping and then leaving for the honeymoon. Which is now, we were going to Disney for a couple days. We decided to do something super low key. There was just so much planning going on with the wedding and the timing and the budget that we decided to hold off on Europe until next year. Fingers crossed EYF happens, so the Scotland thing can actually happen. If not, we'll still go to Scotland. But it'll be a nice 1-year anniversary gift to us, ourselves, instead. So yeah, that's basically it. Again, I really want to sew things. I want to make a robe bluet. I even went out and bought, my plan is to over dye. I have this baby pink Disney princess fabric, which I love. I gave some of it away, which is fine. So I'm going to try to over dye it gray, like a light gray wash. And I think that'll definitely put it more in my color wheelhouse for wearing it. And then I do want to make a dress or at least a shirt out of it to wear to Disney, because you gotta. I want to make the robe bluet. I really want to make an Edwardian walking skirt. I really want to make a velvet Agnes top. I think that's going to be today. I think after I edit this and get it all set and finish my work for the day, I'm just going to sit down and start cutting out stuff for sewing. So to keep myself from procrastinating by rambling on to you forever and ever, and then slowly listing all the weird things we have to do for the wedding, like find the books for the centerpieces, and still have to sew my veil together. Just those leaves on my dress. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I apologize for the Beyond Crafting section for the next 64 days. More like 54 days, because once Sarah J. Maas comes out with this new book, it's just going to be another cycle. It's just going to, like the wheel, I'm just going to be like, okay, I'm ready to read more books, and I'm back in Sarah J. Maas land. Can't stop at all. Okay, I'm going to let you go so I can do some work and then start sewing some things. Thank you so much for watching and dealing with this, whatever this is, of excitement of crafting and Sarah J. Maasing and supporting the shop, supporting the podcast. We will see you next week, hopefully with some finished cowls. Bye.